Snarf crack. If you see this back on my shelf, don't judge me. Again, we're gonna spread the good word of Brando Sando. Their swords were not crossing the way I thought they would be crossing. Small, big, oh so small, oh so tall and big. I'm like, I get it. I get it. Hello, I'm Star2T2 and welcome back to my book nook. So I got a whole bunch of new books and I needed room on my shelves. So I decided to purge some books that were books that I didn't like, that I rated low, that I DNF, or books that just weren't for me. I've been trying to search for a place that I could take my books to sell or trade, and I finally found that place. So I'm very, very excited. It's a really cool indie bookstore and they do like trade-ins. You can trade books for books that they have there, and they have really cool special editions. Like they have Illumicrate books, first edition Stephen King books, and I wanted the books that I have to go to a place where I know that they would be taken care of and they would be adopted by someone who would appreciate them and not just like some random reseller or something, because I have a couple of special edition books that I'm going to go see if we can trade those in. So I like watching unhauled videos. Sometimes the reasons why someone dislikes a book is the reasons why I like a book. So I like watching these because it's another way for me to fill out my TBR, and they're really fun and they're very satisfying. I got quite a few books here. Let's just go ahead and get started because this is gonna be a long video. Okay, I'm just gonna start in no particular order because I got quite a few to get through. So lots of them are just like sci-fi and fantasy, and a couple of romance. Mostly fantasy though, but surprisingly. Okay, the first one is Mickey 7. Now, when I got this, I saw the movie. I really liked the movie. I really like Robert Pattinson. There's just some about his acting that tickles my brain, but the movie in this case for me, the movie was better than the book. And then I also found out this was a series and I don't want to continue. So we're saying goodbye to Mickey 7. I'm also going to go ahead and pass on Trust of the Emerald Sea. I have the Dragonsteel Secret Project edition. I also have the hardback of this cover that I got from Dragonsteel as well. So it was the only one of the secret projects that I didn't have. So I already have 2 editions of this. I don't need this paperback, so I want to pass it on to someone, hoping that they will pick this up and get into the Cosmere as well. So this one was another book that I just really loved. This is a Sapphic Lady Night book about a witch, and it kind of reminds me of Addie LaRue in a way, where it's I will love you in every lifetime type of trope, but I loved it so much. So this is just another book that I really love that I want to pass on to someone else, and hopefully they'll read it and like it. I ended up getting a very special edition of this book, so I just don't need a duplicate. So we're gonna say goodbye to this one. Interview with a Vampire. This was fine. It was cool. I remember having to read this for high school. I remember really liking it in high school, but then I reread it last year, I think, and I don't like it as much now, and I really just don't want to continue on with the series, so just not for me, so gonna pass it on. This one is another vampire book. It was not my favorite. It was kind of generic. Oh, rich vampire does rich vampire things and spice. I don't know, it was fine. Not gonna continue on with the series, so I thought I'd pass it on. I was really on the fence about the unfortunate side effects of Heartbreak and Magic, because I remember really liking the blurb on this and hoping it would be cozy and witchy, and I mean, it was cozy and witchy. It wasn't for me. There was just something about it that I couldn't connect with, and I really didn't like it that much. So maybe someone else out there can get the cozy witchy vibes that I was hoping that I would get from this. It wasn't for me. I wasn't convinced of the romance or anything in it, so yeah. The X-Hex, I didn't like this at all. The romance felt half-baked. The story felt half-baked. I just didn't care for it. So another one, Wicked. This is really disappointing. Because I love the movie with Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, and I thought I was gonna love the book. I thought I was gonna love the series because I love the Wizard of Oz, but this was a huge miss for me. It's nothing like the movie, so I went in with very different expectations to what what this actually is, and it's just not my cup of tea. I was expecting something like the movie, not this. I'll just leave it at that. So this one is a really unfortunate one. This is an Outcrate edition of Modern Divination. This is another witchy kind of dark academia type book, and this is one that I thought I was really gonna love. This is the this is the Outcrate edition. It's so pretty. I love the edges and the art on the inside. I would say for the first like 150-ish pages of this was excellent. It was so action-packed. It was so cool. I loved the characters. But then after that, the middle part, I just stopped caring about anything. The pacing was so slow, and when they got to the guy's house, it didn't go the way I thought it would, and it was boring, and the romance was boring. Everything about this was just it turned from really fun and cool to really boring. So not a series I want to continue with. So just I'm really sad because I really love this edition so much. I love my Outcrate books, but I want this to find a better home than I'm giving it. It needs to be in a place where it can be loved, so I'm gonna pass it on. This one, The Raven Scholar, I love this book so much, but I got the hard crack I got the hardback Illumicrate edition of this, so I don't need 2 copies, so just gonna give away the duplicate, and someone else is gonna get this, and they're gonna love this book, and then they're gonna be addicted to it, and then hopefully they'll share it, and they'll just spread the love of The Raven Scholar, because I need more people to read this book and like it, because it's so good. And then Hyperion, the place where I'm taking these to trade in, has different covers of the Hyperion series that I want really bad. So I'm just gonna take this in, and hopefully I can use some of the trade-ins to maybe get those covers that they have, because they're really cool. And I haven't read it yet, but I just know I'm gonna love it. It's just like high sci-fi fantasy, and apparently won a Hugo Award. Holy crap. So it's just something I've been really looking forward to reading, but I hate this cover. And there's like, I'll put up in post, I'll put up the cover that I want that they have, what I'm going to be using some of the trade-ins for. Hopefully if they still have it, but when I get these there. And then Oathbound, I love Legend Board. I love this series. It's so good. But the first 2, I have the Barnes & Noble paperbacks with the little sprayed edges on them, and I want them to match. When I first got these, I was like, oh, I don't care if they don't match, but then no, I actually do care if they match. So I want to trade this in to get the paperback with the sprayed edges from Barnes & Noble, so those will match, and I won't make this a mistake again with the next book. I haven't read Oathbound yet. I'm actually really looking forward to it, so yeah, I'm really excited. Also, it was, for me, it was just cheaper. Instead of replacing the first 2 with hardbacks, it was cheaper to get the paperback. I guess I'm kind of a shelf snob, but like if I can help it to make my books match. And also the paperbacks of these are like so much more tiny than these big hardbacks, so I don't know why, because the font is like the same size in both. It's ridiculously small. Look how small that is. So it's like just as small in the paperback, so it's just you know. Oh, anyway, next. Okay, this one was a romance about a girl who goes to Japan and finds a cute little cutie pie romance, spring romance, and this was just, it was weirdly paced. The girl, the main character, was so mean to her mom, like unnecessarily mean. I didn't like it. Super unlikable main character, and the romance was it just felt really weirdly paced. So yeah. The next one is Den of Vipers. I just didn't like this. I didn't like the way he treated the female main character, and the spice wasn't that good. It didn't get me all excited or anything like that. So but I like the spray on it, but that's about it. Oh, Immortal Dark and Eternal Ruin. This one's really unfortunate because both of these have really cool sprayed edges. I just didn't like the second book, and I don't want to continue the trilogy. So I'm hoping that these will pass on to someone that will really like them. I really liked the first book, and then when I started the second book, I DNF'd it because I was so bored. I couldn't find myself caring about anything. So, and I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't even remember a lot of the first book. Nothing about it was memorable for me, so it's just unfortunate because I remember really liking the concept of this book so because vampires, dark academia, plus it is YA, and I just feel like YA is not really my jam. I've been a lot more stingy about the type of YA books that I've been picking up, and these ones just unfortunately didn't make the cut. The next one is A Wild Duck Shore. I don't really have much to say about this except I DNF'd it. Not for me. I was just really bored, and this same for The Compound. Interesting concept. I just got really bored. So the next one is Storybook Ending. This was supposed to be like a cutie little bookish romance, and all I felt like I was doing while I was reading this was reading the titles of the names of books, and it was really boring, so I DNF'd it. And Careless People was another DNF. I don't want to read about rich people doing rich people things, and this is actually, it's an expose about like the people at Facebook and the stupid crap that they did and how corrupt it is, but I already know that. I don't want to read about it because it just puts me in a bad mood, so I'm just gonna pass this on, and hopefully someone else will pick it up that will really appreciate it. Can't Spell Treason Without T. I remember when I read this really liking it, but I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember anything about it. It wasn't memorable, and the series is kind of long at this point, and I just don't want to go back and reread it and continue on with the series, so I'm gonna DNF the series. So unfortunately I don't have much room where I put my cozy books, so this one I had to get rid of a couple, so this was unfortunately one of the ones I had to get rid of. This one is really sad because I was really looking forward to this one. This Princess Kills Monsters, and I DNF'd it because the humor was just not landing for me. It was trying too hard to be funny. I almost just want to keep this and try it again at a later time. Maybe I was in the mood. If you see this back on my shelf, don't judge me. I'm having second thoughts about this one. Yeah, our Arcanum Unbounded, again, nothing wrong with it, really super nifty, but I got the hardcover signed by Brandon Sanderson at Dragonsteel, so I don't need this mass market paperback. So again, we're gonna spread the good word of Brando Sando, hopefully to someone else. The indie version of Anathema, I didn't like this, and there were too many sentence fragments. For why, I don't know, but it was annoying to try to read through that. So DNF'd it, didn't like it, not gonna return to the series. So yeah, I feel like someone out there will really like this because everything about this is something that I would like in a romantasy. It just did not land for me, unfortunately. The Nine of Moth, I'm only giving them this if I get a good offer for it for a trade-in, because it has this is the Barnes & Noble edition that has the sprayed edges, and I accidentally had 2 copies, and I didn't realize I ordered an extra until I got it, and it was too late to return it. So by the time I realized, that's on me, that's my fault. So but it has the sprayed edges. I'm only gonna give them this if they can't. If not, I'm going to find someone that will love this book and not resell it at all. I don't want anyone to get this and resell it. But if they give me a good offer for a trade-in, because there's a first edition It book in there. The Dagger and the Flame, I feel like if I was the age demographic for this, I feel like I would have really liked it. This just did not land for me, unfortunately. I just found the banter in this really juvenile, and I just didn't like it. It did not land for me, which is really unfortunate because I love this cover. It's so cool, but I didn't want to continue on with it. I feel like I was reading a book for a 14-year-old, essentially, so not for me. Oh, let's see. Oh, I got a duology here, A Tempest of Tea and A Steeping of Blood. I'm sorry, my camera is like in a weird spot. I don't have any much places to put these, but these two, on paper, I should have loved these. It's a heist with vampires, and there's commentary in here, really good commentary, but I was bored. I read through them, I didn't like it, I was bored, so yeah, I'm not gonna reread these, and there's 2 books just take up a lot of room on my shelf, so hopefully these can find a better home. Heartless Hunter and The Rebel Witch. I did not like this duology. I didn't really particularly care for the writing, unfortunately. And again, on paper, I should have loved these witchy books, high stakes happening, magic, lots of politics, but it's just their writing, I could not get past the writing, and the pacing was kind of weird for me, so I fell for the hype for these, and unfortunately these just didn't land, which makes me really sad because I was so excited for these. Also, they are YA and they do read a little young, so yeah. Bloodguard? No. I read the first pages of this and I was just, no. Not for me. The writing style wasn't for me. Lovely War. This felt like it was mashing together Greek gods or Greek mythology with World War II, which in theory sounded really cool, but I just feel like a lot of this felt really half-baked for what it was, and it felt like it was trying to do too much, and I wasn't convinced of the gods doing of what they were trying to do, and then the romance was awkward and I was bored for a lot of it. I think I rated it like a 3 stars, and it's just not a book I'm going to come back to, which is really unfortunate because this cover is absolutely beautiful with like the pink and the Eiffel Tower, and the concept of this too. It's such a high concept, and it's like I was so interested, but it just didn't land for me. I think something I'm kind of finding out about myself is I don't really like reading about Greek mythology. I think that's what may have ultimately made me not like it that much, to be completely honest, because this isn't a bad book, and I feel like for the right person, if you like history and Greek mythology and World War II stuff, I feel like someone out there will really love this. Okay, these next 3 books are something that I would like to dub dad fiction. So we have No Longer Human, The Fight Club, and The Godfather. The Fight Club and The Godfather, I thought maybe, oh, these are based off really cool movies, maybe I'll like the books. I'm not even interested in reading these anymore. Hopefully maybe some dad out there will pick these up and like them. And No Longer Human, it was just not what I expected, so I'm not gonna reread this, so going to pass them on. These are the Suki Stackhouse mass market paperbacks. I once upon a time really loved these books, and I saw the first 4 at the thrift, and I picked them up. I was so excited because I remember liking the first one a lot. I read it when I was a teenager, which I probably shouldn't have been, but I remember reading the first one. I really liked it, and I liked the show True Blood a lot. So and these are the books that the show True Blood was based off of. So I was so excited when I found the first 4 in the thrift. So I picked them up and I read to book 3, and book 3 had cheating trope, and they were both cheating on each other, and it was just, they were treating each other horribly, but Suki's like, I really still like him. I didn't, no, not for me. Didn't like it, so I'm not gonna continue on with the series, and honestly, I just don't want these on my shelf anymore. It tainted a good memory for me for the first one, so yeah. That Prince Is Mine, this was fine. She's a cook and he's a prince, and they fall in love, and it was really cute when I read it, but I'm not gonna reread this. It was fine for what it was. It was really fine, but I feel like I've really fine-tuned what I like in romance, and this is unfortunately, I remember it kind of being a little slow, a little cheesy, and I don't think I'm gonna reread it, but I do love this cover. It's so cute. Look at the little heart with the little puff of smoke up there. I'm kind of second guessing it because I do remember this being really cute when I read it. I think I might keep it. It's not like I'm not starving for room on my romance shelf. I might keep that one. Tomorrow, bored DNF. It was too wordy, not what I expected, so I don't want to keep this. I'm not going to go back to it. I've kept it for about a year thinking I would come back to it, but I never have, so it's time to get rid of it. The Quantum Love Story. This was a Groundhog's Day romance about a hydroglider. Well, no, what, like a one of those, like CERN, the what's it called, what is the thing in the where they smash atoms together? Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know, but where they work, it explodes, and only the guy is aware that they get stuck in a time loop, and he gets in cahoots with the girl, and then the girl, this made me so mad when I read it because she sacrificed so much for their romance, and it didn't feel like an equal give and take with it, and there was nothing wrong with it. It was just, I felt so bad for her. I'm not gonna reread this. And there wasn't enough of them on page to even be convinced of the romance in the first place. In the first part of the book, it was really repetitive because of the time loop situation. So, this one really hurts. These 2 were books I was really looking forward to The Book of Night and The Thief of Night. These are by Holly Black, and I didn't like them. They weren't scary. They weren't too fantastical enough. The writing was good. The writing was really good, but did not land for me. So yeah, I don't know. A Little Life. More like a little trauma dump. What I hated this. Okay, do you want to know some of the lore? I found out some of the lore unwillingly when I was looking more into this book to see what other people had to say about it. You know, this is his O face. A little tidbit about, yeah. Anyway, Thistlefoot. This one hurts. I love the house with chicken legs type of thing. This is like Baba Yaga. It has like Baba Yaga in it and stuff like that, but this just felt too wordy for the sake of being wordy, and it lost the plot with purple prose, in my opinion. So cool concept. The execution was just not for me, unfortunately. Sword cross. The swords were not crossing the way I thought they would be crossing, and there was a lot of stuff about wool in this instead of swords crossing. So I DNF'd it, but it's a shame because this cover, oh my god, I love this cover so much. But yeah. The Deathless one, this made me really sad because this is another Alcrate book that's just absolutely, oh my god. Is this safe? Yeah, like I love this art so much, and I thought I was gonna really love this book. I love the concept of it, but when I DNF'd it because the female main character constantly we were hearing about how small she was and how big the male main character was. Small, big, oh so small, oh so tall and big. I'm like, I get it. So I DNF'd it, but that makes me sad because I love this edition. I love my Alcrate books. I treasure these books, but The Stars Are Crossing. I have the Alcrate version of this. This is just a duplicate, so it was taking up room on my shelf. So bye book. This one's really cool though. I love the edges on this. It's so cool, and it has really nice the naked hardback. Hold on. Yeah, the naked hardback on this too. But like I said, I have the Alcrate edition. I like the Alcrate edition more, so we're saying goodbye to this one. Okay. That's all the books. I hope that I was good at explaining them and stuff. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. And I hope this wasn't too negative. I hope it wasn't. I promise I'm not going to do these very often. But I'm not going to lie to you about how I feel about a book. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.